What's up? It's Collegiate Matero here, and today I'm doing a video that was requested like a really long time ago by someone, and I never got to it. But now I'm getting to it because I have someone to film, so that's why I'm finally able to do it. But what we're going to be doing today is I'm going to be showing you guys how to make yerba mate, and I'm specifically showing you how to do the con palo Argentinian cup version. So this doesn't really include the Uruguayan finer cut and even more finer, how do you say it? Chimarrón, I think, or the Brazilian one. So this is specifically Argentinian. I mean, actually not just con palo, it can be sin palo as well. But I just have this brand that I just did a review on. It's a little bit better than it was originally, but to my taste buds at least. So the first thing you're gonna do is you're gonna fill up your gourd, your mate, whatever you want to call it. I typically fill mine about that much, which is a little bit, I usually do a little bit over, a little bit under 3/4 of the way full. It always depends. It depends on how much you want, but just keep in mind that the amount of mate or the amount of yerba mate that's in the gourd will affect how much water you're able to put in, and also the strength of that then steeped water. So once you have it filled, it's customary to do you want to do this a bit. And what this does, you kind of shake, and you want to create a sort of montaña or mountain of yerba. And what having this allows you to do is it allows you to fit more water in, and also it also increases the longevity of the drink, because if you just put it all in there and you don't do this, then it just you're just kind of like gonna steep it all at once. Whereas with this, you can, eventually you can you fill up the water up to here, and then this is all, not being absorbed, and you can kind of shuffle it in along as you go if you want, different things, stuff like that, just to increase the longevity of it, and also just the amount of water that you can fit in there. Then you're gonna try to find a spot to lean it up against. So I usually lean it right there against a little paperclip thing. Look, it has fallen more than once, but we don't talk about that. But some people will use their bombilla to kind of lean it up against, but I find that mine doesn't really get the proper tilt that I need. So I usually just lean it up against something more, because it's more of a dramatic tilt. So the next thing you're gonna do is you're gonna get not hot water, so like either cold, or I usually just end up using room temp water. And I already have some water in here, but I'll just show you. You're gonna fill it with the cold water, about that much. And then you're just gonna let it sit there for about anywhere from 1 minute to 3 minutes or more. And what that's doing right now is basically it's just absorbing, or the leaves are kind of getting fuller and they're absorbing the water, and it's gonna help you be able to sculpt it a little bit, as I'll show you, which isn't really necessary for this brand. Like you can do this without, you can not do that and still avoid getting leaves in your mouth, but I like to do it anyways, because just for security. But this is definitely a process that you want to do with some more finer cut brands, like Uruguayan style, definitely. So the next step is you want to get your water to the proper temperature. It's kind of up to you how hot you want it. Some people even might drink it cold, which I've never really tried. I probably should try that, but I've never tried it. I know I'm a fake Matero for saying that, but it's true. What I usually like to get it to is about 170, or a little bit under, maybe 168. And I know it sounds hot, but because of what we just did with that little process there, the leaves are kind of, they're swelling with medium temperature water, which means that when they steep, it's kind of gonna make it not quite, like when you're drinking it, it's not gonna be quite that hot. Trust me, it'll work. And if you don't have a gooseneck kettle like I have, then what you might want to do, or sorry, I should say an electric kettle like I have. It doesn't have to be gooseneck, but gooseneck's cooler. But if you don't have that, then I would recommend the second best thing is to just get put a pan on a stove, like, or a pot, and then heat the water until there's like bubbles that start to form. That's what is usually recommended. And then, putting that into a thermos, of course, to keep it hot. But obviously that leads to varying temperatures each time. You can't get it the exact way you want every time. So if you're really gonna drink mate a lot, I would really recommend getting something like this right here. Now I'm gonna heat it up to 170. All right, and then you're gonna just obviously pour it into your thermos. There's a couple different brands or kinds of, honestly, I would just recommend this thermos no matter what. It's cheap. People might complain about the stream that it produces, but personally, I don't think it's that rough. All right, and then now that our yerba has been absorbing the cool-ish water, now we're gonna insert our straw, or bombilla, or bombilla, whatever you want to call it. And pretty much, you just want to kind of go like that, and then do a little lift, and then push in a little bit more. It's kind of it's not a process you're going to get right the first time, and it also doesn't really matter too much with the con palo cut, but it'll definitely, the better you do it, the more insurance against getting leaves and stuff in your mouth there will be. So but yeah, and the next step after that is to pour up. The one thing is, when you take that first step, a lot of people will actually spit it out because it still is a little bit cold. It's not very hot because of what we did earlier by pouring in actually I forgot to say, they call it dummy water. That's what I've heard it be called, but just the lukewarm / cold water that you put in as we did before. But I just drink it usually because although it might not taste as good as it does when it's hot, because kind of like, lukewarm, it's mate, who cares? We drink it.